Marshall Woburn III Review. Measuring 12.5 by 15.8 by 8.0 inches and weighing 16.4 pounds, the Woburn III is quite a substantial speaker. It has drawn considerable design influence from Marshall's guitar amplifiers, as is evident in its black or cream variant forms. The front speaker grille sports the familiar Marshall logo on its cloth bezel, with faux leather finishing off the rest of the surface area. However, on the back panel, there are many legal texts that are likely to overwhelm onlookers and force the orientation of the speaker to face a wall when placed upright. On the top of the device is a recessed control panel with eye-catching brass knobs and switches. Moving from left to right, there is a 3.5mm auxiliary input, a source button, knobs for controlling volume, bass, and treble. That each has red LEDs indicating their levels, a playback/track navigation button/switch, and a big power switch. These controls provide an attractive aesthetic and are simple to use. The driver merges for a frequency range between 35 Hz to 20 kHz. This speaker is compatible with Bluetooth 5.2 and solely supports the SBC codec. The Marshall Bluetooth app is fairly basic, but it has a 2-band tuning control for bass and treble that freely sync. The night mode, which curbs the louder sounds and amplifies the subtler ones, was not available in the app while we were testing it with Acton 3 and Stanmore 3. Concerning other functionalities, this application serves to give firmware updates and contains standard media controls. In addition, it contains multiple links for people to access Marshall's website or join its newsletter. This lets it drive kick drums even when the volume is not very loud by making use of the system's bass-forward digital signal processing. This might be satisfactory for some listeners to overlook the woeful Bluetooth codec support. However, we find it hard to disregard a system that puts so much effort into sound hardware yet so little for wireless input support. Of course, if you are ready to utilize a wired source, higher quality audio is attainable. During our testing of the speaker, we left the bass and treble knobs at neutral. It distorts slightly when volumes are high but does not on the deep sub-bass thumps that start 15 seconds in. Oddly, instead of the expected smooth reproduction, the opening thumps challenge it. However, at moderate to loud sound levels, lows still appear to sound nice and full. The drums experience an extra boom from the woofer yet still seem very lifelike. Callahan's baritone singing is granted increased low mids as well as a steady high mid presence. The plucks from the acoustic guitar and high-registered percussive hits sound clear and packed with information. You could tweak the mix however you wish, but initially, the lows and highs are obviously augmented. Setting its punchy attack, the kick drum loop of No Church in the Wild gains plenty of substantial high mid presence. Additionally, it receives some extra bass presence to boost its sustain. The sub-bass synth hits that break up the beats are given a strong bass presence so as to please enthusiasts of deeper lows. Unfortunately, this was where the woofer experienced some difficulty with slightly less potent bass, as on the Knifes track. The vocals sound clear and generally free from sibilance. The sound is penetrating and clear but has plentiful low-frequency support when necessary. The lower instrumentation never feels awkward or intrudes, it only adds additional depth. These restrictions are reprehensible since the drivers possess sufficient strength to summon a captivating home audio experience. We would be more lenient in our assessment if it was an on-the-go model, but seeing as sound quality is the main factor here,